Gotham Chopra is the co-director of Prime Video's built-in Birmingham. Brady and the Blues, following along the team that Tom Brady purchased a piece of over across the pond, as I'm mandated to say anything that involves sports in the UK. And that's available on Prime Video right now. And Religion to Sports, co-founded by Brady and Stray, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you talk to these guys often, or how much are you interfacing with these guys? How involved in the business are they? They're pretty busy.
They're
folks
very
otherwise.
busy. They're both really busy. But I would say, I mean, look, first of all, they're founders. They've inspired this whole thing. They're incredibly engaged when I ask them to be. Like, hey, I need an intro to this, or what do you think about that? They're both really accessible. I mean, with Tom in particular, you know, we've done a lot with him because, especially at that transition from, you know, the last years of football, which we thought were going to be in 2017, and then it kept on going and going and going. But then even as he's transitioned, so we've done a lot of content around Tom.
Right.
But
anything in the booth for Fox? Do you have that stuff?
I mean, there's been some stuff captured, you know.
Okay.
I think when we were working in 2017 on the initial Tom versus Time thing, you know, that was around the time like The Last Dance was being talked about and people were talking about it's coming out. And suddenly in our business, everybody's like, oh, let's make the next Last Dance. Let's, you know, singular moment, singular athlete. But if there was one athlete that you're like, oh, you know what, like we should be capturing content, it was Tom. Like, how's this going to end? And so we never stopped, which led to a series of projects. But I think also there continues to be a lot of content capture because, you know, I don't want to take 30 years like they did with The Last Dance, but there's probably some version of a legacy film at some point.
On the Patriots you're talking about?
I think it's the Patriots, it's the Bucks. There was some stuff, you know, we captured around the Bucks at the end. Transition out of football.
Right.
And I mean,
well, but The Last Dance would be the Patriot, right? Like, because The Last Dance was about a dynasty that could have kept going, but for various reasons of what was going between management, coach, and what was going on between management and player, essentially got in the way. I mean, that was the message of The Last Dance. And then there were some chemistry issues amongst the stars of the team that was boiling over for a while. Although I wouldn't sense that from the Patriots. And I'll be honest with you, the Brady roast, which I'm sure you must have been at, right?
I was there.
Okay, I was too. That felt like a therapy session.
Yeah.
And it was important for the therapy session to happen there, even though I know Brady has mentioned regrets about the roast, certainly when it comes to his children having to hear all that stuff on the stage. But in terms of his retirement ceremony at Gillette, I thought that was a lot more kumbaya and everything had gotten out of the way due to the roast. I really believe that.
Yeah, that was purging for sure.
I thought so. Like that there were some things that were said through humor that couldn't have been said directly face to face that would have allowed the night in Gillette to be as so I guess wondrous as it was. I really believe that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think the purging of all the toxic stuff helped. I think also time, perspective.
Yes.
And that perspective was leaving the Patriots. It was going to a different organization, having some success.
Right.
It was off the field stuff. It's like, what's really important to you? Who's really impacted your life? I mean, and he's still in that stage because he's still in a transitional stage. And so I think, but he's very like self-aware in that sense, he's young still by human standards, but he's a pretty old guy as far as like sports athlete standards.
Right.
And he's gained a lot of perspective. So yeah, I think that night, I was there also at the Patriots Hall of Fame thing or whatever.
That's a beautiful night.
It was really special.
Free of all the, of all the stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And it helps, I guess, to do vodka or tequila shots together on a stage, right? And get all the stuff out about, Belichick from, Gronk and Edelman saying that.
Brady
and obviously
getting emotional.
Right. Yeah. And then, Kraft was showing up and then whatever was going on there. That was removed from Brady's night in Gillette.
Yeah.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.